Now, I'm going to start off by just saying, you can't make this shit up, right? Guys, as you guys know, we've been covering a little bit the P-Diddy case on this channel. By the way, I'm JB Gunner. This is Crime Time. You guys know my position. I'm an innocent till proven guilty type of guy, and I'm definitely not a hashtag Me Too movement guy, right? Today has to be the most laughable thing I've seen, because now, out of nowhere, there's 120 new victims for P. Diddy, including a 9-year-old boy, if you want to believe it. Let's go ahead and do it. Let's go.
Bring it back.
Now, the reality is, I'm the fairest and most honest person on YouTube. It's just the truth. So even though this goes against my narrative and my belief system with P. Diddy, just like I did with Kohlberger, I report the truth. I report at least what's being reported, right? So I'm about to get into this P. Diddy thing and talk about the newest allegations. Now, for you guys that do not know, here on Crime Time, I am a supporter of innocent until proven guilty, even though there's a lot of YouTubers that talk it, but they're really fake. They're the kind of, they're not really the innocent until proven guilty type, right? They're the same type of people that will attack the victims of a family for setting up a GoFundMe to go to the trial, while simultaneously setting up a GoFundMe so they can go to the trial. Do you see what I'm saying? Do you get my point? You get my drift? Same type of people. But we're not going to elaborate too much on that. We're going to just dig into the Diddy situation. Now, when it comes to the Diddy situation, I don't believe that all women should be believed. I've said this a million times. 80 to 85% of every woman I've ever met has a rape story, and trust me, a lot of these bitches you wouldn't let them pay you to fuck them. That's just the truth. And so I'm not the type of person that immediately believes women, because just majority of women I've ever talked to is some victim of something. Their ex-boyfriends were always the abusive ones and the wrong ones. Ever notice that a girlfriend, that a chick, her relationships never ended due to anything her fault? Same thing here. So when it comes to the whole Me Too allegations, 20, 30 years later, a bunch of people coming up to try to get some money out the deal, because notice they all try to get money out the deal. That's what always happens. That's why you ever notice that you've never heard of a Me Too accusation against some broke drug addict underneath the bridge? Do you know why that is? Because they're not going to get anything out of it. Which is more likely to rape you? The homeless drug addict under the bridge, or the rich motherfucker that has dime pieces throwing pussy at him every single day? There's women all over the place like, here, Diddy, throwing pussy at him all day, every day. Same thing with a lot of these rich celebrities and people like this. And I get it. You people are going to try to psychoanalyze the situation, say it's a power thing, JB. Yeah, I know. I know it is. But let me explain something to you as someone that is a dominant male in terms of this, even in BDSM. The power dominance is about convincing you here, not raping you. You need to understand that. And I get it. You guys have also went in to say that anytime you convince a woman, a sad little poor woman, into having sex with you, it's coercion, you've done something illegal, right? No, some bitches just like to pop ecstasy and get drunk and suck dick. Did you ever realize that? No, of course you didn't, because it's always the dude. If a man and a woman goes out, has drinks, comes home, fucks, it's always the man taking advantage of the woman. Trust me, a lot of women off this very YouTube channel has gotten me drunk and taken advantage of me. That's right. Rape. Rape Oklahoma. Rape. Rape Boston. Rape. Rape New York. Rape. Now you're going to say the names, but you get the point. You get the point. Rape Florida. Rape. That's right. So now, what we're going to do, sorry about that, I don't know why I had that on up here. So anyway, let's go on back over to here, because what we're going to do is take a look at this. Diddy accused of abusing 9-year-old boy and spiking drinks with horse tranquilizer. Right. As 120 victims come forward with shocking claims. And bombshell allegations that an additional 120 people have come forward to accuse Sean Combs of sex abuse over a span of 25 years, with several underage victims, including a 9-year-old among them. Now, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you guys a question. Let's just really think about this. Okay, one person holding back for 25 years, I don't even believe that. But you're telling me hundreds of people held back for 25 years. Not one of them said, God damn it, I'm taking Diddy down. You're telling me not one celebrity friend was an upstanding citizen and said, hey, he's over there horse tranquilizing a 9-year-old boy and putting a dick in his ass. You know, not a single person. Not a single individual. Do you understand how unbelievably crazy this sounds? Don't get me wrong, if he's guilty of it, then hang the motherfucker. But do you understand how unbelievable this sounds? You're telling me Diddy's just been raping every fucking human being he meets, despite having all the money, all the hoes, all the pussy in the world. Think about what, you understand that I'm not the guy with the unbelievable thought process here. You guys are. And really what this all boils down to is that people love to see people get canceled that's more successful than them. People love to see the fall of somebody. That's, once again, we're going back to the bridge comment, the crackhead under the bridge. No one cares about seeing that guy fall, so they don't even do anything to him. But you do want to see Diddy fall. You do want to see a lot of celebrities fall. That's, you're an internet person. You're an entertainment person. You like watching it. You like watching the fall of Diddy. That's why you're not complaining or seeing why people ain't. That's why when I bring up to you, why is nobody Me Tooing the homeless people under the bridge? Why is people only Me Tooing celebrities? You're not going to answer that because you don't even want to think about that, because that brings in logic and reasoning. But let's go ahead and get back to this, okay? This is just ridiculous. Here we go. The claims were made by Texas lawyer Tom Busby, who announced he's represented 120 new victims, and all 120 new victims got a hold of Todd. Let that sink in. Who he believes have legitimate cases against the rapper turned media mogul. Of the 120 new victims, 25 were underage. Oh, were they? Look, man. I want you guys to let this sink in, and I want you to be honest with me. Look, do you really believe that Diddy was diddling kids? It's just 25 of them, raping 100+ women. Do you really believe that P-Diddy was just doing all of this? Just brutally raping the women and then diddling all the kids? I want you to just think about that in your head. Imagine for 5 seconds being in Diddy's shoes, being a billionaire, successful. You got beautiful model women throwing themselves at you daily. And you think for 5 seconds Diddy was like, stop, Diddy time. You know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden, he said, nah, put this model bitch somewhere else. I'm going to go diddle this 9-year-old. Let that sink in for 5 seconds, man. Because that's what all of you people, because let's be honest, I'm the only one in this community taking this stance. All of you people are just so bloodthirsty to see a man fall. But let me tell you something. Just like I fought for Brett Kavanaugh because it sounded like bullshit, I'm going to do the same for Diddy. So I also want to say this to all my fellow white folks. Look, man, I get it. But remember all the accusations against Brett Kavanaugh? We have to look at that the exact same way. Ever notice that all these accusations always come up at the exact perfect time? And for Diddy, what it is, as Diddy settled a very expensive lawsuit for beating Cassie's ass. And because after he did that, then all the accusations began to come in. You don't see what happened. Everybody saw P. Diddy give Cassie all that damn money. And they're like, I want some of that shit. And you, the person at home, all you saw was some fucking 9-year-old misdemeanor domestic violence. That's all you saw. Hold on, let me return this text. And so, all of you, and just like the dude over in the UK, he wants Diddy to do 25 years over a misdemeanor domestic violence video that he saw on camera. And you know what, here's the truth. It doesn't matter if you think that should have been a felony. It wasn't even charged. But even if it would have been charged, it would have just been a misdemeanor. Him grabbing the bitch, Cassie, throwing her down and kicking her, that's just a misdemeanor. That's not a felony at all. But due to you seeing that video and how vicious it looked, you think he should go to prison for 25 to life. Well, I ask you a question. If your brother or sister was arrested for a domestic violence allegation, would you want them to go to prison for 25 to life? Because that's the only thing you're judging this on. Because some dude was caught on camera in a domestic violence situation, which was only a misdemeanor if he had even went to jail. You're letting that cloud your image. You're letting that cloud who he is. Just because a motherfucker is, I've been in domestic violence situations. That doesn't mean I would rape anyone or molest someone's kid. You're like, oh man, you did this one other thing I don't like. That must mean that you're this huge monster criminal that would do all these different things. Your judgment and your entire way of looking at Diddy is just based on that video. How do I know? Because all of you say it in the comments. I've read Harsh as shit. I've listened to Harsh. He said, we do got proof. We got the video. No, you don't got proof. You saw a video of a 9-year ago spat where him and a girlfriend got into a domestic violence situation. Big fucking deal. You didn't see proof of anything other than that. Other than something that would get him a year probation. Big fucking deal. And you think that's proof that all these allegations are legit? You think that means he's a rapist and child molester? You're not even going to ask the same people screaming that Brian Kohlberger's innocent until proven guilty. You're not going to ask for any kind of evidence against Puff Daddy? Are you being serious? No, because it's the popular thing to do. The popular thing to do is the Me Too faggot libtard movement. That's why you're doing it. Any real man is sitting here like, you know what, let me see. There's a lot of fake accusations. There's a lot of fake accusations that's out here. A lot of men have went to prison for false allegations. I'll just wait and see when the evidence comes in. But no, for you guys, that's not going to work with P. Diddy. That only works with Brian Kohlberger. You know what I'm saying? That only works on cases where it's cool to be contrarian. It's cool to be a contrarian in the Brian Kohlberger case. It's not cool to be a contrarian in the Diddy case. Yeah, I know I'm just ranting right now, but I want you to understand that for me, when I'm listening to this, hold on. Fuck. Anyway. When I'm listening to the way people respond to this, you can see there's so much emotion behind it, they don't even pay attention to the logic. It's just the truth. There's no logic in the way people are responding to this case. Especially when it's coming from people, God damn it, when it's coming from people that I saw them take exact different positions with the Kohlberger case or with other shit. You motherfuckers will run through all the hoops to create every conspiracy theory in the world for Kohlberger. But you won't even give Diddy or any man being, you know what, or any man ever being accused of something sexual or some deed with a woman, you will never, ever, for some reason, give those men the benefit of the doubt, despite the fact that there's so many cases of women lying. This is why I despise this community. There's no evidence of any of this. And even the probable cause affidavit was weak. Affidavit. But it's, you pick and choose. And your morals suck with this. A lot of you people that's the whole innocent until proven guilty, that's not how you really are. And I saw this, by the way, with other people back years ago, or however long ago, when people learned of my past domestic. I saw exactly how quick this community turned on me. Why do you think that ever since that moment I've had fingers up to you, middle fingers up to you motherfuckers? Because even though not guilty, found innocent, no evidence, no nothing, you immediately jumped on the other side. Had to be abuse, had to be abuse. Even though I had openly talked about that story every day, for years on my channels. I had nothing to hide. But you guys jumped in immediately the minute you smelt blood. And by the way, as you can see, there was no blood. And you're doing the same thing here because everybody has a Captain Saberhole complex. If a woman said it, it must be true. No, that's actually wrong. Women lie more than anybody. It's so weird that you guys act as if women can't be liars. Do you really believe that 120 people just all of a sudden called this lawyer? No entrapment at all, right? So this has been happening from 1991 until this year. The youngest victims were 9, 14, 15 when they were victimized, the high-profile lawyer announced at a press conference in Houston Tuesday. This individual, who was 9 years old at the time, was taken to audition in New York City with Bad Boy Records, right? This individual was sexually abused, allegedly by Sean Combs and several other people at the studio. Yeah, just everybody was raping the shit out of him, huh? In the promise to both his parents and to himself of getting a record deal. So you're telling me, you guys really want to believe this shit, right? You guys are telling me, you really believe that a record label brought in 9-year-old kids, 9-year-old boys, and the whole place just raped the shit out of him? Come on, man. You know how goddamn stupid you have to be to believe that? Do you know how stupid you have to be to believe that? This is some wild shit. Other boys were there to audition as well. All of them were trying to get a record deal. All of them were minors. So they just raped the whole goddamn pack of kids. Of course, Combs denies this whole shit. You don't find anything crazy about this? Another minor told allegedly by Combs that he would make him a star, but he needed to visit him in private and away from his parents. Once they were in a private area, allegedly Combs made the victim perform oral sex upon him. Come on, man. Diddy has the finest collection of women in the world. And you're like, yeah, man, nah, fuck these bras. I want all these 15-year-olds to come suck on my balls. You sound dumb. All of you. I'm about to retire from this channel, man. I'm about to turn this channel into a mukbang channel or something. You guys all sound stupid as fuck. Like, we're not even gonna ask for any evidence of this shit. It's innocent until proven guilty. Brian Kroberger, free Koberger, free Co. You guys are faggots. And you're disingenuous fucking losers. You're disingenuous sacks of shit. True story. True story. give me a GoFundMe so I can go to Idaho from another country, but don't give money to the families that want to go. I'm so tired of this goddamn community, bro. I'm so tired of this goddamn community. The hypocrisy and the weirdness that goes on here. The theories and the goofiness and the crama, as you people call it. It's all just fag shit. It's all just a bunch of fucking internet losers huddled around the campfire, just jerking each other off, making up true crime stories and lying to each other every fucking day. Just stuffing each other's mouths filled with cream pies and shit like that. Wiping it off the other person's face as it oozes down their chin. Just horrible people. Just horrible, disgusting people. That's what you guys are. Not all of you. I admit there's some good ones, but you guys are pretty much fuck-ups. Let's just call it what it is. Let's just call it what it is. You guys have no logic, no education, no nothing. You haven't been through any of this shit. Half of you people don't have a college degree, never even seen college. Yeah, that's real illegal, ain't it? Does that look illegal to you? No, those are just hoes being hoes. Just hoes being hoes. Let's check this shit out.
Steph, thank you. We are following breaking news right now related to music mogul Sean Diddy Combs. Major new allegations today of sexual assault and exploitation by Combs. For the first time, we are hearing about victims who say they were minors when they were allegedly assaulted by the music star.
And now they're adults and they can cash a check, right? Yeah, yes, I know. That's the way it always works, right?
The youngest, allegedly just 9 years old. The allegations were revealed today by attorneys representing more than 100 alleged victims who are preparing to sue.
Yeah, he definitely looks like an honest individual. 120 people just contacted him, said, hey, man, puppies. So 25 people contacted this man, said, puppy raped me as a baby. And he raped me. 25 different people. It's 120. But 25 of them were like, he was raping me when I was 8 months old in the carriage, baby carriage, love, and Mary, in the baby carriage, right?
Let's bring in NBC News entertainment correspondent Chloe Malas right now. So, Chloe, we know there is currently a press conference underway. We do have a live picture of that. Can you just walk us through these new allegations and tell us if we've heard from Combs yet?
So the individual that you see on the screen right now, that is an attorney based out of Houston, Texas, and his name is Tony Busby. He's been a part of some very well-known litigation over the years involving a BP oil spill, even involving the Astroworld Music Festival crisis where some individuals were killed during a stampede. So he has made headlines before, but this is pretty shocking. So he claims is claiming right now at this press conference that he has had over 3,000 individuals reach out to his law firm in Houston, Texas, that he and his team have been vetting these claims, that now they are representing over 120 accusers, and that over the next 30 days, they will begin to file different civil suits, that this is not a class action lawsuit, that they are going to continue to vet these allegations, but right now they feel strong about these. So he also said today that it's not just Combs that will be named as a defendant, that there will be other high-profile individuals, some household names. He says, quote, many powerful people, there are many dirty secrets. He says that his team has collected pictures, video, and that the allegations include violent sexual assault or rape, facilitated sex with a controlled substance, dissemination of video recordings, and sexual abuse of minors. So this was something else that they talked about, that there are 25 accusers who were allegedly minors at the time that these allegations took place starting in 1991, span all the way up over 2 decades.
Come on, man. You can't. There's gotta be people here that see this for the bullshit that it is. I mean, God, if I'm wrong, if I end up being wrong, I'll admit I'm wrong. But come on, man. Just 120 people, just all these years later, like, yeah, man, you know, now I think about it, Diddy did diddle me when I was a kid. Come on, man. Nobody would be happier to see this Tyrone piece of trash taken off this street than me. And all of his ilk. But I'm not going to sit here and do this shit. I'm not going to sit here and deal with this shit. I'm not gonna co-sign this. Because it would make me completely hypocritical. Nah, I'm not gonna support Kavanaugh and then turn around and say Koberger's innocent till proven guilty, and then say, oh man, you mean some grown ass man said you touched his dick 30 years ago? Yeah, man, you gotta get Diddy out of here. I ain't about to do that.
Decades. He also talks about where these individuals are from. He said that they hail from more than 25 states.
Well, of course they do.
New York, California,
of course they
Florida.
do.
We know that Diddy had a residence in Miami, Georgia.
Yeah, of course.
We've reached out to Sean Combs' legal team for comment. They have not yet responded. Combs is currently being held at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn while he is awaiting trial on the New York indictment where he is charged with racketeering, sex trafficking, and prostitution charges. Now, I also just want to point out that they also claim that 62%...
You know, I'll give you drug use and prostitution, but that's no big deal, man. Anybody that gives a fuck about drug use and prostitution, they got too much time on their hands. I don't give two fucks about what you do in your... You want to sit over there and get high and fuck bitches? That's not my business. Give a shit. You want to be a crackhead and get some head while you're being a crackhead from another crackhead? Who gives a fuck?
Percent of these individuals are identifying as an African American, and that they are evenly split between female accusers and male.
Get the fuck out of here. They're all black people, huh? They're all black people, and half of them are evenly split. They're all black in 120 people. 60 dudes, 60 broads. Come on, man. Really? You can't possibly believe this. Just a whole bunch, just a whole bunch of black people. Like, yeah, Diddy raped me. Yeah, Diddy did with me too. Come on, man, it's a payday. You can't see this. You can't see this.
And Clay. So this is very interesting, and he said that he said, you know, look, I know that everybody expected me today or wanted me to name other high-profile individuals.
But they're not
he says, I'm not going to do that today, but it will come at some point. He says that these names will shock you.
Wow. I mean, shocking details to say the very least.
Because everybody's raping everybody. Everybody's raping everybody. You're going to go try to sue everybody. Come on, man. Come on. And look, I understand. People are like, you know, in Hollywood, they do some shit. But come on, man. Have you ever been on a rap set? Have you ever been signed to a record label? Have you ever been around these people? I have. As much as I got negative to say about the Tyrones and the rappers and the hip-hop industry and all this shit and the Negro culture, diddling kids, I'm not going to lie to you, that's not something that happens. Motherfuckers doing drugs, shooting at people, there's a lot of hoes, a lot of violence. But you know what I've never seen in an environment like that? Kid diddling. And I want you to understand that in P-Diddy's environment, a lot of people would have had to seen that. A lot of people would have had to seen it. You really believe that? This man's a billionaire with all this money and all these hoes? And he's just been diddling. Come on. There's no way y'all can be this fucking naive. This is clearly a hashtag Me Too movement situation. And clearly, at least some of this shit is not true. And if some of this shit is not true, you have to reconsider whether any of this shit is true. Because look, man, if taking ecstasy with hoes and drinking with them and having sex with them is look, man, is felonious, then fuck, I guess I'm a felon too. I guess I'm felonious as fuck too. In fact, I'm gonna get off here right now, get something to drink, get someone else drunk too, and then we'll probably suck and fuck. Ooh, big criminal. Anybody got any evidence, by the way? All you know, innocent until proven guilty people? Oh, it's just me that feels this way about Diddy, huh? But there's less evidence against Diddy that we know of than Brian Kohlberger. Let this sink in. There is Brian Kohlberger's DNA at a motherfucking murder scene. And there's more people screaming Brian Kohlberger's innocent than P. Diddy. And we ain't seen or heard any evidence in regards to P. Diddy. None. All you got is a video of a domestic violence from 10 years ago. But yet Brian Kohlberger's DNA is at the fucking murder scene. And you're like, nah, Kohlberger? Nah, no evidence. Diddy? Oh yeah, hang that motherfucker. You guys are insane. Anyway, the most honest reporter in the business. 120 people. Now accusing Diddy. Guys, if you like what I do here and you find my content valuable, feel free to hit the links down below. Join the channel. Support the channel today. I've been going through a lot of weather shit. Obviously, I'm in the Appalachians. Love y'all, man. I'm going to get up out of here. Peace out. Let me know what you think.